Ladies, this is the number one indicator that the guy you're talking to is not that interested.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about things a man will do when he has no interest into you. So ladies, let's be honest. When a man is interested in you, he makes it obvious. But when he's not, the signs are just clear. Even if we don't always want to see them, if you've been feeling confused about where you stand, pay attention to his actions, not his ways. Let's break down things a man would do when he has no interest into you. So I put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my truths.
Ladies, this is the number one indicator that the guy you're talking to is not that interested. I don't care if the guy you're talking to is calling you, texting you, video chatting you every day. I don't care if he calls you beautiful every single morning. I don't care if he even straight up tells you that he loves you. Unless the guy you're dating, unless the guy you're talking to is trying to get you on physical dates on a regular basis and he's trying to actually do things with you. He wants to go out and have dinner with you. He wants to go out to the movies. He wants to have coffee with you on a regular weekly basis. He's not that into you. Number one indicator of interest and the number one indicator of serious intentions is him trying to see you on physical dates on a regular basis. If that's not there, nothing else really matters.
Three things the guy does when he starts to lose interest. One, he hasn't been calling and texting you as frequently as he usually does. Two, he often makes excuses and makes you feel like you're no longer a priority. Three, his attention towards you has dropped drastically.
7 signs he is just not that into you. Number 1, he's wishy-washy. We could also call this being hot and cold or sending mixed signals. He basically only sees you on his time and you have no idea where you stand with him. Some weeks he's completely obsessed with you. Other weeks he disappears for days or weeks at a time. You have no idea where he is or what's going on. So why does he see you at all? Because he does like you a little bit. There's a spark of something, but it's not enough to make him want an actual relationship with you. 2, you are not a priority. Too busy is really just code for you're not important enough to make time for. I'm sorry, but I've dated some busy people. A lot of us, we're all busy. Everyone has a lot of things going on. We make time for what's important. If you are always being bumped off for something else, it's because he just isn't that into you. 3, he doesn't initiate contact. If a guy likes you, he wants to talk to you. He's not going to forget that you exist. He's not going to need you to remind him that he really likes you. He'll know, he'll initiate. If you're always the one texting, that can sometimes get confusing because you're like, well, I text him, but he always texts me back and he's always nice and he's always flirty. So why would he do that if he wasn't that into me? It's because he likes you. He just doesn't like you enough. If you stop initiating, he probably won't contact you anymore and the whole thing will fizzle out. So by you always being the one to reach out, you're kind of prolonging a situation and making it go on for way longer than it would have if you just let things happen a little more naturally. 4, he says he doesn't want to be in a relationship. I'm going to be straight with you. When a guy says this, it usually means he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Now, it's also possible he doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone at this point in his life, which is fine. That's valid. But if what you want is a relationship, then why are you settling for someone who can't give you what you want? Number 5, he isn't interested in learning about you. When we like someone, we can't get enough. We want to know every scar, every scratch, every story, and we remember the details. Our brain becomes highly activated when we're talking to someone we like, and we remember things. When a guy is interested in you, he will show an interest in you. It means he wants to know all about you. If this guy doesn't ask you questions, doesn't remember the things you tell him, it's because you are just not important enough to him. Number 6, he's not around. When a guy really likes you, you'll just notice that he's always around. He always happens to be in the same part of the room that you're in. He might show up places where you are, not in a creepy way. He messages you. He's just in your orbit. Trust me, like when you look for it, you'll notice it everywhere. When a guy doesn't like you, he's just nowhere to be found. Number 7, you just know. When a guy likes you, it's obvious. If you have to ask, then you usually already know the answer. Guys don't hide interest. If a guy likes you and wants to pursue you, he will make it known. All you have to do is just give him some green light signals and just exist.
I'm just going to run through a few things that would indicate to me that a man is not interested in you. Let's say you go out on a date. Within 24 hours of that date, he should be communicating with you. If he is not communicating with you, he does not want to. Don't make any excuses. Don't reach out to him. Don't ask for an explanation. He does not want to communicate with you. And another reason that ties into that is a busy man. If he's always busy, he always has something going on. A busy man is a man that is occupied with other women or other pressing matters that do not include you. Another indication is that he is not interested in investing into you. So let's say, he's been spending on you, he's been taking you out, he's been buying you gifts, and he just stops. He's not interested. It could be that you're the flavor of the week, the month, the year. Don't look into it, don't ask for an explanation, just move on. It is important to treat men like options or experiences rather than commitments. Just because you say that you're looking for marriage, you're looking for a relationship, does not mean that a man that shows interest in you is willing to commit to you. And it can come off as desperate if that is your sole purpose of dating.
You want to know why he acted super into you and is now acting like he doesn't care if you exist or not? It's for one of these reasons, guaranteed. Reason number one, he was never interested in forging a real connection with you, even though he made it seem like he was. What he was interested in was ego validation. And once he saw that you liked him, the ego itch was scratched and he moved on because he's probably a narcissist. Reason number two, maybe he met another girl or an ex came back into the picture and he chose her over you. But do you really want someone who's on the fence about you? No, you do not. Reason number three, maybe he did really like you, but once he started to feel those feelings, it scared him because he is an emotionally unavailable and avoidant attachment style person. And usually people like that, there's nothing you can do. They have to heal on their own. Another possible reason is maybe he was only interested in one thing. And once he got that one thing, he moved on. Okay, shallow. But again, is that someone who you're going to be able to change? Probably not. Next possible reason is maybe you said something that triggered him, low-key, but he didn't want to have an honest, mature conversation, so he just dipped. And the next possible reason is maybe he knows he can't provide you with what you want. Maybe you're looking for marriage or something serious, or you guys are long distance and he just can't get there right now. So he didn't want to waste your time and yeah, he left. Anyways, hope that helped. But just remember, when someone shows you who they are, believe them, babe. Follow me for more dating advice, and good luck.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but that man is not thinking about you. He does not care. If he wanted to talk to you, he would text you. He would hit you up. He would watch a story. He would DM you. He would do something. He ain't done none of that. So you get one more day to be delusional. After that, let it go. Let it the fuck go.
So that's the video, guys. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Okay, so things that a man would do when he's not into you. So let's start with, if a guy is into you, he won't leave you waiting hours or days for a response. Sure, people get busy, but no one is too busy to send a quick text if they actually care. When someone is interested into you, they want to keep the conversation going, not let it die. If you're always the one checking in and he's only replies when it's convenient for him, that says everything that you need to know. Stop forcing things. Stop being desperate, ladies. So, have you ever noticed how you always the one suggesting meetups or trying to make plans? If a man wants to see you, he'll make it happen. Period. No excuses. No waiting around to see if something better comes up. If he's not taking the lead, it's not because he's shy or unsure. It's because he doesn't see you as priority. So another thing that I want to talk about is conversations should not feel like a chore. If he's giving you one-word replies, never asking questions or barely engaging, that's not shyness. That's distance or disinterest. A man who likes you will be curious about you, will remember details, and will actually enjoy talking to you. If he's acting he couldn't care less, it's not probably because he doesn't. Okay? Pay attention to how much effort he puts in into getting to know you. Does he remember the little things you tell him? Does he ask you how your day was or follow up on things you mentioned? If he never asks about your life, your dreams, or even the small stuff, then he's not emotionally invested. A man who likes you will want to understand you, not just keep things surface level. Let's get one thing straight. No one is too busy for someone they truly want. If he's always busy but has time for his friends, video games, or scrolling through Instagram, then he's just not prioritizing you. When a man is into you, he finds time no matter how packed his schedule is. When he is not, he finds excuses. Okay? Does he only hit you when he is bored, late at night, or he needs something? If that's the only time he shows up or he shows interest, is when it's benefiting. That's not a relationship. That's inconvenience. A man who wants you will be constant, okay? Or will be consistent, not just pop in and out of your life whenever it feels like. So if you've been taking or talking for a while, but it dodges any conversations about when this is going that way, it's a red flag. A man who's serious about you won't leave you wondering. If he keep things vaguer or saying he's not ready for anything serious, believe him. He's keeping his options open, and you shouldn't be the one of them. Okay? So does he make you feel special? A man who likes you will make you feel wanted. You compliment you, make thoughtful gestures, and put efforts, make you smile. But when he's not interested, you feel it. He won't go out of his way. He won't make you feel appreciated, and you will always be questioning where you stand. Okay, and the other thing that I can talk about is that the energy is always one-sided. The biggest sign that a man is not interested, you feel like you're doing all the work alone. You're the one texting first, making plans, keeping the connection alive. Meanwhile, he's just there. A relationship should never feel like you're begging for attention. If he's not matching your energy, don't chase him, ladies. It's time to walk away. It's very important to do that. And it's good for yourself, for your mental health. Okay, so don't force anyone or don't act desperate for anyone. If he constantly cancels plans late night, shows up late, or keeps you waiting with no explanation, is showing you how little he values your time. A man who respects you will make an effort to follow through. If he has to cancel, he communicate properly. He doesn't. If he doesn't, he's just not that interested. So there's also affection is not just about physical touch, it's about showing care. If he barely compliments you, never holds you hand, and doesn't do little things to make you feel special, he's not emotionally connected. A man who likes you want to be close even in subtle ways. If he's cold and distant, he's not just feeling you. If he constantly entertains other women, like or being overbearing friend with female friends, he's keeping his option open. A man who truly wants you won't risk losing you by making you feel like you have competition. If he's not showing loyalty now, don't expect it later. If he only wants to meet you at a place or his but never takes you in public, that's a huge red flag. A man who's serious about you wants you to be seen with you, whether it's casual date or social event. If avoid public outings, chances he's hiding something are high, okay? So if you've been seeing each other for a while, but he has not met his friends or family, that's a sign he's not serious. A man who wants in his life long term will naturally introduce you to his circle. If he keeps you separate, it's likely because he doesn't see your future with you. If he constantly brings up his ex, or whether it's complaint or another things, that means has emotional stake. A man who is truly ready for a relationship, you won't keep his past relationship in the conversation. If you feel like you're competing with his memories, step back and let him sort himself out. A man who likes you will let you know. He'll compliment you, your intelligence, and your vibe. Something if has never acknowledged what makes you special, he is not emotionally invested. Pay attention how he makes you feel. If he never hypes you up or probably not, he's not the one. If a guy truly wants you, the idea of losing you will bother him. If he's unbothered when you mention talking to other men or dating around, that's a sign he doesn't see you exclusive. A little bit of jealousy or possessiveness shows the value, no reaction, no real interest. Okay? Does it shut down whenever you try to real talk? If it dismisses your feelings, avoid deep conversation, or changes the subject when things get serious, he's not looking for real connection. A man who wants you in his life, long term will engage, not run from emotional deep. So the biggest sign that a man is not interested, your intuition is telling you. If you constantly feel unsure, anxious, or like you're chasing validation, that's your answer. A healthy relationship is good.